Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's a Kevin Jackson Show. What have I told you? What have I said to you, conservatives, you Bible-thumping, gun-toting, America-loving, military-loving, capitalists, whatever you call yourselves? I don't care. There are no boxes here. What have I told you? I told you you are the salt of the earth. You are correct. You get it right almost every time. The only time the left get it wrong is the way a broken clock does, twice a day. That's it. If they're lucky. They skip a lot of days. And we've been warning them. We've been telling them all about their crooked nature, that they have no core. They have no morality. They have no ethics. They will appoint, select, elect, you name it, anybody who will promise them whatever they want. And these people have been ripping them off, ripping off this nation, pulling the biggest shenanigans on the planet, and we warned them. And then we elected Donald Trump. We proved to them that we were willing to put our money where our mouth is. And even though they've got Donald Trump under attack, I told you guys months ago, I said the minute they opened up that Russian investigation and they asked for a special counsel, I said this can only go one way. I said this can only hurt the left. Was I right? Whatever these guys touch, it turns to turd. That's what it is. Donald Trump, I asked you guys months ago, does Donald Trump seem nervous? I said, you know the demeanor of the man. This is a dude who has been vetted better than any presidential candidate outside of George Washington. You couldn't do more to say, well, what's he been up to? They looked at his records across the board. Donald Trump is a matter of public record. That's what he is. When you're a billionaire and you've been a very wealthy young man, and then you make that wealth into a tremendous amount of wealth, you are under scrutiny your entire life. And let me tell you something. Many of us that I'm speaking to, I've got my hand up, we could have gone the wrong direction. Many of us could have. Donald Trump could have. Some would say, Kevin, he did go the wrong direction. He's divorced, and he did this, and he did that, and I heard he did this thing to black people. And I'll tell you, look, if you want to tell me that, I'll ask the question this way. Who do you know more about? Do you know more about Donald Trump, or do you know more about Barack Obama? All you know about Barack Obama is innuendo. You don't know what he did as a community organizer. Most people couldn't tell you what area of Chicago he worked. They don't know his history with respect to how he got into Congress, how he got into the Senate, the bills that he passed, nothing. Most of America knows nothing about this man. All they cared about was his skin color. That's it. And even to this day, I got leftists arguing with me, talking about Barack Obama did a mic drop when he left, like as if he did such a great job. These are morons that don't even realize this man lost over 1,000 seats, Democratic seats, to Republicans. And that was with Republicans fighting with him. They weren't even fighting against him. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the Democrats now that I don't know, not the establishment Republicans, but that the president is fighting against them? What do we have? We got Corker and we got Flake. Two senators who proved that we don't have control of the Senate. These are people working against Donald Trump. Throw in John McCain, throw in Murkowski, throw in a lot of these other Northeasterners who have all bought into this lie of political correctness, and that, you know what, they're living on the muscle memory of Barack Obama. Let me tell you, if you're living on the muscle memory of Barack Obama, you've got atrophied muscles. You might as well put yourself in a wheelchair and wait for MS to set in, because you are going to be defeated. That's all it is to it. Donald Trump's setting a new course, charting a new path for America, and it is, you will be proud of this country. And he's doing it across the board. You couldn't be more consistent. You couldn't be more focused. These guys set this man up at every turn, and you know what happens? They get snake bit. There is no cure for the venom of Donald Trump when it comes to biting the left. All they can do is suffer through it and die. And that's what's happening. And I told you with this Russian investigation, no matter how many times, no matter what they do, no matter what the media says, you don't have to worry. Donald Trump said it. I have nothing to do with the Russians. And they didn't want to believe it. There was a setup. I have nothing to do with them. He goes, if there's somebody out there that does, get them. I don't care. Go get them. If you want to find one of my, quote, satellites, go get them. So where do we find ourselves right now, folks? We're saying we're having to fight to get the Democrats to release the information on who paid for this Fusion GPS fake dossier. We'll talk about that more here in a bit. But we're fighting for this. The Democrats want to get to the bottom of it, though, don't they? They could say to that district judge, whoever is putting up a wall or firewall and not wanting to let who paid for it, let's have it. The Republicans have come out. Tom Cotton said, hey, show it. They don't want to get to the bottom of it. They never have wanted to get to the bottom of it. What they thought they could do is they thought they could cover it up. That's what they thought. We can cover this up. We've got the means. We can keep the genie in the bottle. As I've said, the Russian investigation was so in your face, it's almost insulting. It isn't almost, it is insulting that they would try to throw that back on Donald Trump. Who's going, I got nothing to do with him. I have no buildings there. I have no interest there. If we inquired, go ahead, look into it. I build buildings. I build golf courses. I built them in China. You don't seem to care about those. But suddenly it's the Russians. And what do we find out? We find out, as I said, the Democrats have been working hand in hand with the Russians. And you know why Putin was probably so offended? Putin's going, the nerve of these people. The nerve of these people. They're working directly with my folks. And then they want to make me the bad guy. I'm the international bad guy. I'm the international Dr. Evil because they didn't get what they wanted. What does that have to do with me? Putin's going, look, I'm a businessman. I'm in the business of Russia. If you want to let me have 20% of your uranium and you will let me orchestrate it, I'll do it. No problem. I'm a businessman. But then you want to throw me under the bus for your political expediency? Not going to happen. So what do? They make Putin out to be the bad guy. Ooh, Dr. Evil. God, folks, we got so much to talk about today. I'm not kidding you. It's amazing to me. The lunacy I will prove that I do every day, but I'll prove to you today tells you, how do we even listen to leftists? Why are we paying attention to these fools? It's ridiculous. Even math is under fire.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.